Alright, another attempt at putting this together. My rollers that don't have deep enough grooves in the middle, I went through all of them and I found 15 of them that are going to work okay, and out of the other ones I have, I picked out a few that are close, and I'm just going to trim them up a little bit. I'm going to chuck them in this drill, and then I'm going to ride this file on here as I'm running the drill and just grind them a little bit with the file. Yeah, the file's just not really aggressive enough. So I'm going to mount a small grinding stone in my Dremel tool, and then while this is rotating in the drill, I'll use the Dremel on it. Well, even the smallest bits I have don't really give me a good cut close to the edge here. I'm still getting a kind of like a concave shape right here. And what I need is a bit more of a steeper shoulder here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try my cutting disc. I'm going to see if I can bring it in real carefully and square that off a little more. First I'm going to have to clamp down my drill here. Alright, I'm all clamped up. Just got to call it supper's ready, but I think I'll try and cut one before I go up. Well, that looks better. Alright, now I've fine-tuned 19 of my rollers here so that they seem to fit without any clearance issues now. So I don't see any daylight between the roller surface and these surfaces here. So now I'm going to make another attempt at inserting it into the race. Okay, I've got my 19 rollers on the shaft here, and now let's see if we can get into the housing. Well, it seems to be working better so far. I'm going to tap the shaft in and see what happens. Okay, I've gotten it in far enough so that I can see that all of the rollers are into the race. So now that should keep everything from falling apart on me as I carefully remove this elastic band. And then I'm going to try and get that clip in there where it's supposed to go. Okay, the elastic band is no longer impinging on the rollers. Now I gotta get that clip in there. This clip. Put the camera down for this. Okay, the clip is on. I might have to press it a little bit as I'm tapping that in. Okay, when I first tried it, the edge of the clip on one side fell out and was kind of out of there, and I had to back it back out, and then I just pinched the open end of the clip with my fingers, and as I was pinching it I tapped it in, and now it's all in there good. So looks like it's working. All the rollers are in, so let me finish inserting that, and then I'll try and rotate it and see how it moves. Oh, well, I guess I'll just have to use this as a practice run. Because as I was tapping this in, I thought about what stops this from going in, and it's when this shoulder hits inside here, and that reminded me that there's a thrust washer that goes in here that I forgot to put back on. I can almost guarantee you that there's a thrust washer that goes in here. It's probably in my bag of tricks over here, or it's out with the other pile of parts, but so I gotta take it out. I found my thrust washer. Sure enough, there is a thrust washer that belongs in there. Goes right on here like that. Now I can put this all back together. I decided I am going to grease this all up. Won't be a bad idea for it to have some lubrication right from the start. That'll be sticking to it before I get a chance to get the oil in there. Well, I got a few different greases in here. I'm going to go with this multi-purpose automotive grease. It's used in wheel bearings and chassis and suspension. It's got excellent water resistance according to the label. So I'm going to go with this as opposed to the high temp grease that I've got here. And then I've also got this general purpose white lithium grease. I've got this pack of grease that I've never seen before in my life until it came with the U-joint boot kit for my ATV, the old Arctic Cat. I'm not going to use that in this application. What the hell, maybe I will. Alright, so now I got some grease on there and the rollers on there. I'm going to put some more grease on the outside there, put the clip on and slip it in. I also greased the race and the shaft and everything else, bushing and everything. Well, this was a lot easier to do last night when I didn't have grease all over it, but it's getting there. Well, it's in. I could pack some more grease into the end here. Well, something's rotten in Denmark because this is really hard to turn. If I orient it this way, then it's moving freely like it should. But what happens is, as I rotate around, it gets here, it starts getting really tight, and then I have to use a big pipe wrench to grab onto this to be able to even turn it, force it all the way around. So there's something really rotten here with this. Turns from about there to there freely, and then it just binds like crazy. So I think I'm gonna have to take this apart again. I think there's still something going on here with my rollers, so I've taken them all back out and gonna take another look at them. I think I found my problem. Did a little check here with this little gauge I have, and found out that all of these rollers I have over here are too thick in the middle still, either in one spot or across the entire width of the middle.